Hey everyone, welcome to part 4 of this trophy and achievement guide for Final Fantasy VIII Remastered. Thank you all for coming along on this journey with me, and a special thank you to all of the channel members who helped us support this channel. I really appreciate it. Now without further ado, let's dive into it. Picking up from where we left off last time, let's run toward the camera a couple screens as we go through the main gate section, and then we're going to find ourselves out front of Garden. One more minute. Made it! T-boards are prohibited within Garden. Have you forgotten? Oops, sorry. But this is really cool. It may come in handy on a seed mission someday. We'll be the judges of that. Confiscate it. All of you are members of Seed, but nevertheless, you are still students at this garden. Furthermore, because you are seeds, you must set an example to all others and abide by the garden's rules. Understood? Well, about your first mission, you are to go to Timber. There, you will be supporting a resistance faction. That is your mission. A member of the faction will contact you at Timber Station. The person will talk to you and say, "The forests of Timber sure have changed." At this time, you must reply, "But the owls are still around." That is the password. Just follow the faction's orders. Just us three? Correct. We have agreed to do this mission for very little money. Normally, we would never accept such requests, but enough talk about that. Well then, Squall, you are the squad leader. Use your best judgment based on the situation. Zell and Selphie, you are to support Squall and give your all to carry out the faction's plans. Before you leave, make sure you talk to Sid. Oh, and Squall, I forgot to give you this. It's a cursed item, but if one with enough power uses it, it should be of great help. Received magical lamp. Now let's go ahead and leave this room running toward the camera. Now turn around and go back the way you came, away from the camera. Sid is no longer here. He's actually in his office, and we want to go find him because we can get a new rare Triple Triad card from him. So keep running through the main gate section and then continue on into Garden. From here, keep going forward. You can save the game if you want to. Otherwise, keep going up the stairs in front of you, and then we want to take the elevator up to the 3rd floor. When you get up to the 3rd floor, keep going straight ahead and through the door in front of you. Then go over and challenge Sid to a card game. Sid is in possession of the very rare character card for Seifer, so make sure you grab that one. He also has a lot of other rare cards like the El Noyals. Remember to try to grab 20 of those before you leave Garden. Once you've gotten the Seifer card and all of the rare cards that you want to, let's go ahead and leave. We want to run all the way out of Garden, which involves going back to the elevator, returning back to the 1st floor, and then just running toward the camera numerous screens until we can get outside of Garden. For the sake of time, I'm just going to speed up the footage. You could also speed up the game by pressing in the left analog stick to activate the 3 times the normal speed boost. The draw point for the Cure spell that we used earlier has returned to its purple color, which means that we can draw from it once again. So we'll have Squall draw from that. Our other characters aren't junctioned yet. We're going to change that though in just a minute. And now let's keep running toward the camera so that we can go ahead and leave Garden all the way and go back out to the world map. Now let's take a minute to set up all of our junctions and get properly prepared for what's to come. We also have to make sure that our Guardian Forces are learning the correct abilities, so Quezacotl should be learning Card Mod, and he is currently 23 AP away from learning this ability, and that's very important, keep that number in mind. Shiva is currently learning Vitality Junction. Ifrit is learning HP Junction. And Siren is learning Move Find. That's going to be a very important skill going forward. Well, right now, Quistis has some of the Guardian Forces junctioned onto her, so we'll go to the Switch command and then Junction Exchange Zell with Quistis to take everything off of Quistis and put it onto Zell. Now we're going to go up to the Junction command, choose Zell, then choose Junction, GF, and we're going to take Shiva off of him, so he will still have Quezacotl, but he doesn't have Shiva anymore. Now we can hit circle a couple times to go back to the ability menu, and we already have draw, magic, and item assigned because that's what Quistis had, but we're going to replace item with the card command. That's very important. After that, we can go back a couple times, and then we want to go to Junction and Selfie. We'll choose to junction the Guardian Force Shiva onto her. And then what we want to do is to assign the magic automatically onto her. And we're going to choose the attack option. From here, we're going to give her draw, magic, and item. When you hit circle to go back to the main junction menu, then you can hit R1 or L1 to cycle through your characters. On Squall, we want to automatically assign his magic toward the attack stat, but then you want to hit junction, magic, and then go toward the left 2 screens so that you can look at the status attack. We want it to be on the blind status, that's going to help us out. We only have a 13% chance of inflicting blind, but that's better than 0. After that, we're going to save the game in any of our slots, it doesn't really matter. And then we want to use the item that Sid just gave us called the Magical Lamp. We'll go up to the item menu, and it should be the last thing in the list of items, and it says you should save your game before using it. Luckily, we just did. As soon as we use the magical lamp, we're going to be put into a fight against Diablos, another Guardian Force, and if we can defeat him, then we'll get him as a Guardian Force that we can use. This fight isn't particularly difficult, but it can take a little while. With Squall, we're going to use the blind magic that we have junctioned onto him and see if we can get it to stick onto him. And luckily, in this case, it does. Now he's blind and he's going to have a very hard time hitting us. But what he likes to do is use the demi magic, which will remove a certain percentage of our HP. But because it's a percentage-based damage, it can never kill us directly. The only thing that we have to worry about is his physical attacks, which he's much more likely to miss thanks to being blinded. We can draw the demi magic out of him, but sometimes it will fail if we don't have a good enough magic stat, so you might be out of luck with that one, but you can always draw and cast the cure spell that he has in order to keep your health high if you feel like you're in danger of dying here. If you're fighting him around the same time and same level as what I am, then he should be right around level 9, and if that's the case, he's going to have right around 8,000 HP, which is going to take quite a while to get rid of. Luckily for us, we'll be able to use a lot of our limit breaks to take away a lot of his health quickly. He also has another very powerful attack called Gravija, which will reduce all party members' HP to just a quarter of its current value. Again, this cannot kill you because it's a percentage-based damage, but it is enough to lower all of your character's HP, probably down into the critical status if they've been hit with a demi already. Now that Zell and Squall are both in critical HP, we should be getting a lot of limit breaks out of them. Remember that you can keep hitting the triangle button to cycle through your party's turns, assuming their ATB bar is filled up, and that way you'll be able to get a lot of limit breaks off. And that's pretty much all there is to this fight. Just keep spamming your limit breaks to get rid of his HP as quickly as possible. There's a couple more things to note, in that if he does happen to attack you and kill one of your party members, a couple party members have the item command and they can just use a Phoenix Down to resurrect the fallen party member, who should still be in critical health and therefore can still get some good limit breaks. Also, Selfie does get her first limit break in this video. If you choose to use Selfie's limit break called Slot, you'll be presented with one magical spell as well as the number of times that spell is going to be cast. You can keep hitting do over as many times as you want to see if you get to a better spell to pop up or more casts of that spell. So feel free to experiment with that as much as possible. It's good to try to find a stronger spell like a Thundara, or if you get a beneficial spell like Aura, you can cast that on your party members, and that is a good spell because it makes it even easier to get limit breaks and stronger limit breaks. This game has a mechanic in the background that you can't really see called a crisis level, and that means that if a character's HP is lower or other party members are knocked out or there's a lot of status ailments on that character, their crisis level increases, and if you have a higher crisis level, it means that you're more likely to get stronger spells or more attacks out of Squall. You'll get a better finisher limit break for him. For Zell, he gets more time to input commands as well when you're using his dual limit break. So keeping our party members on the whole at a low amount of HP can actually be very beneficial because it's going to allow you to do more damage with those limit breaks, and it makes it more possible for you to get those limit breaks. Well, that's all there is to this fight. I'm just going to let it play out now. The fight will end at about the 14-minute mark, so feel free to skip ahead. I'm just going to be spamming a lot of limit breaks between now and then as we try to get rid of all of Diablos' 8,000 HP. So I'll see you soon in a few minutes. And there you go, we've defeated Diablos, and now we have a new Guardian Force on our side. We also get the Diablos trophy or achievement for gaining access to the Guardian Force Diablos. Because it was a boss encounter, we don't get any experience, but we do get the Diablos card, which is very powerful for Triple Triad. We also get 20 AP for our Guardian Force abilities, which is very nice. Now that we have Diablos, we have to junction him, so open up the menu, choose junction, and let's choose selfie. We're going to junction the Guardian Force Diablos onto her. You actually have to scroll over toward the right side to choose Diablos. And then once that's done, what we want to do is to go over to the GF option, and we want to choose Diablos to have him learn a certain ability. And in this case, we're going to have him learn Encounter Half. Once we learn Encounter Half, we'll actually be able to start learning Encounter None. It's a very useful ability for avoiding enemy combat encounters, but if you're playing in the remastered version, you can also just use the boost to turn that off. Now let's head back down to the beach to fight some more of those fish enemies to get some AP out of them. If you'll remember, we only needed 33 more AP in order to have Quezacotl learn the card mod ability. Because we just got 20 AP from Diablos, that means we're just 13 AP away. So what you can do is either just kill the enemies off and get AP as well as experience, but your other option is to lower the enemy's HP and then try to use the card command on them. If you successfully turn an enemy into a card, you'll still get the same amount of AP and any items that would drop, but you don't gain any experience, and that can be very useful for keeping your party's level low and thereby keep the enemy's level low as well. I'm not doing that right now, and I'm just skipping these battles for the sake of time. I'm just killing them all off. I don't mind gaining a little bit of experience because a few levels isn't going to make a whole lot of difference in the long run. But the main point is that we've defeated 2 groups of fish enemies, we've gained a total of 12 AP, I only need 1 AP more, so I can start running over toward the town of Balamb, and on the way there I get into a fight with a bite bug. I can kill this guy off very easily. I'll just have Squall use his Renzokukin to make sure that he dies very quickly, and then after that we're going to get the 1 remaining AP that we need in order for Quezacotl to learn the card mod ability, and that's going to be incredibly important for making ourselves very strong, and we'll be able to get one of Squall's best weapons in just a moment. So here you can see we get the 1 AP that was needed, Quezacotl learned card mod, and now we're going to use it. So let's open up the menu, and then we're going to go down to ability. We'll choose card mod, and then we're going to choose this Gizzard card, and we want to refine 2 of them into 10 screws. After that, we'll scroll down a little bit, and we're going to go down to the Gesper, and we're going to refine 1 Gesper card into 1 black hole. We can use the black hole item to teach Quistis a new powerful limit break. We'll convert 1 Caterpillar into 1 spider web. Remember, that can also be used to teach Quistis a limit break. And we'll convert a Cockatrice card into a Cockatrice pinion. Let's go over to the right and then scroll up. The Grats or Bools are going to allow us to convert those into magic stones. We need 2 magic stones, and then we'll convert a Mesmerize into a Mesmerize blade. If you go down to the bottom of the list here, you can see Grand Mantis. We need to convert 2 Grand Mantises into 2 sharp spikes. And if you happen to have a Grendel card, you can also convert this one into 1 Dragonfin, though it's not necessary. Let's go over to the right again, and we'll convert a Tonberry into a Chef's Knife. Let's go over to the right again, and we're going to choose the Adamantoise card. If you've got 3 of those cards, you can convert it into 1 Turtle Shell. And then we can convert 6 Iron Giants into 2 Star Fragments. That's all of the card mods that we have to do for right now, but we will be using this later on and throughout the game to get access to better items that give us access to good magics that we can junction. So once we're all done, let's run into the nearby town of Balamb. We'll keep running toward the screen into the new area, and then we can keep going forward, and we'll use the draw point over on the left side. Doesn't really matter who we choose here, we're just going to draw with somebody. Now what we want to do is to go over toward the right side and transition into a new screen, then go into the hotel, and we're going to go back up to the 2nd floor so that we can find the save point that we used earlier. And when we get up here, we're going to save the game. And it's very important that we do this because we're going to do some very specific Triple Triad things, and we want the correct outcome for that. So once we've got it all saved, let's go ahead and leave the hotel, and we're going to go back over to the screen with that same draw point that we were just at. But this time we want to go over toward the left side past the draw point and into the area with the Queen of Cards. We're going to go ahead and challenge her to a match, but we don't want to win this one. Instead, what we want to do is to make sure that it says Trade Rule 1, and then we're going to find the Minimog card. We want to select Minimog as well as 4 other very weak cards. So go back to the first page here, and we're just going to grab a couple very weak cards. And now we're going to intentionally lose this match. So go ahead and play the worst game that you've ever played before and try to lose on purpose. And now that we've successfully lost, she's going to take the Minimog card from us, but don't worry, we wanted this to happen. We also get the loser trophy or achievement at this time for losing a rare card. Now let's go ahead and talk to her. She's going to say that this region's getting boring and she will go to either Dollet or Galbadia. We need her to go to Dollet. If it says that she's going to Galbadia, what you want to do is to reload the save that we made earlier, and then either go play a Triple Triad match against Ma Dinch inside Zell's house, or go back outside and fight one battle, and then come in and try it all again. You do not want her to go to Galbadia, you need her to go to Dollet next. So make sure that she says she's going to Dollet. If she does, then you're good to go. This is all a part of the Queen of Cards side quest. We will be able to get our Minimog card back, and we'll be able to get a better card later on. If you go to the nearby gift shop, then you can purchase some items, so go ahead and buy anything if you want to. I would recommend picking up some antidotes at the very least, especially if you've had to use some at this point, and you probably have a good amount of money already, especially if you boosted your seed rank early on. The tent item is also very useful for refilling your HP for all party members. Once you're all done with that, then you can leave the screen by running over toward the right side or going toward the camera, and there is a door right next to the man sitting on the bench here. This is actually a junk shop where we remodel weapons. So with Squall, we can actually now get the punishment weapon. It's his second strongest weapon in the game, and we get it by having a chef's knife, a star fragment, a turtle shell, and 8 screws, which we got from those card mods early on. And when we do that for the first time, we get the Handyman trophy or achievement. Also, if you converted the Grendel card and the Caterpillar card, you can get the Maverick because you have a Dragonfin and a Spiderweb. That's not really necessary. We also get the Slaying Tail by trading in Magic Stones and Sharp Spikes, which we also got from card mods. And we don't have anything for Selfie. For the most part, the weapons that you can get for your other party members don't really matter outside of Squall. Squall gets a small boost to his attack, but more importantly, he gets a big boost to the number of finishers he can do with his limit break. With your weapons all remodeled, go over and talk to the station staff and purchase a train ticket for 3,000 gil, and then you can go past him inside to the train station itself. We'll go over and board the train by walking up the nearby steps. This train is awesome! A transcontinental railroad, baby! It even runs through an underwater tunnel to get to Timber. Pretty cool, huh? Sure is. Guess you're not interested. By the way, Squall, you have to use the ticket to get inside. Okay, we can go inside now. Confirming, Access granted. I'm gonna go check out the front. Thanks! Let's go check it out, Squall. While we're here, we might as well use the nearby save point to save the game and then continue on through the door to follow Zell and Selfie. Yo, check it out! So this is Seed's private cabin. Whoa! Oh yeah! Awesome! This is so cool! I'm glad you're so excited. They even have magazines here! Received Pet Pals Volume 1. This is pretty amazing. It pays to be a member of Seed. Squall, you know anything about timber? Not too much. Thought so. Well, let me fill you in. Timber used to be a country surrounded by deep forests. But 18 years ago, Galbadia invaded. Timber fell quite easily to Galbadia, so now timber is under Galbadian occupation. It's said there's a whole bunch of resistance factions, big and small. And? Nope, that's it. Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All Zell. Hey, no prob. I'm not feeling well. You should get some rest if you're tired. I'm really sleepy. You okay? Hey, huh? What the? Something's wrong with me too. I feel sleepy. What's going on? What is this? Laguna, are you sure this is the right way? Huh? We're in control, so let's run forward to the nearby draw point. There may be some enemy encounters, but we can run away from them. There are 3 party members. Ward is linked to Zell, Laguna is linked to Squall, and Kyros is linked to Selfie. And anything that happens to them, including gaining experience, will transfer over to the other character. Where am I? Oh boy, not again. Dream. The nearby draw point has some cure magic, so let's go ahead and draw that with one of our characters, and then continue on toward the top right corner of the screen. We'll use the fallen tree as a bridge to cross the river, and then continue on through the top left corner of the screen. Hey, aren't we here to fight a war, you know, against the almighty Timber Army? Yeah, so why are we wasting our time messing with these animals? Well, you see, it's just that, don't tell me we're lost again. Anyway, we're going home. Delling City, here we come. Whoa, wait, Laguna. There's another drop point here, so let's go ahead and use it to get some water magic. And now continue over and get into the back of the truck. And here I decided to show the one fight that I actually did, and it's against one Fungar enemy. Now these guys are pretty weak, but they do have the ability to put your party members to sleep, which is a little unfortunate. If you decide to draw magic out of them, you can draw the sleep spell, which can be pretty nice, and those sleeps will transfer over to the other characters as well. I also thought that this was a good opportunity to show off a limit break for you. Laguna has the Desperado limit break. Unfortunately, he's asleep and can't show you it, but Kyros has Blood Pain, and it's pretty cool. Now that the Fungar has been sliced and diced to death, we're going to conclude the battle and get all of our rewards. We got enough experience for Laguna/Squall to level up and hit level 10, and we also got Ifrit to level up as well. Now let's climb into the back of the truck. And after a short scene, we'll be brought automatically into Delling City. Hey, you can't park in the middle of the street. Chill, man, it's cool. Alright then, how's about a drink? Whatever, like you drink. We already know you're not in it for the drinking, just admit it already. Yeah, just drink some juice like a weenie. And then gawk at the piano lady. Don't call her the piano lady! That's it, forget it, I'm not going. We know you will. Let's run toward the camera a bit and then run over toward the right side of the screen. Let's continue going down the road in front of us over toward the top right corner of the screen. We're now in front of the Galbadia Hotel. Let's go inside of it. The door is by the big red carpet. And once you're inside, there's a staircase on the right, so let's go down those stairs. And when you get to the bottom of the stairs, you can interact with the people here, but if you want to continue, just talk to the woman in blue. Welcome, your usual table is ready. To proceed, choose option 2, alright, I'm there. Thanks. Is this a dream? Laguna's pretty cute. What's going on? What's happening to me? At ease, men. We're going all out tonight, right, boys? May I take your order? The usual. Me too. Keep 'em coming. So Laguna, Julia should be making her appearance soon. You going for it tonight? Yeah, go for it. Whatever, man. Can't you see she's working? Don't go back on your word. Come on, go wave to her. Give me a break. So you say, but we know you'll do it. Let's go over and try to talk to Julia by the piano. To be this close to Julia. Is this guy serious? Uh-oh. My leg's cramping up. Ah! Sad. Good work, Laguna. Mission successful. Here, have a seat. I didn't think you'd actually do it. Our popularity rating's gone up a point. Yeah, but you got a pretty pitiful figure up there. I'd say you're about -3 on the manliness scale. Say what you want. Julia sure is pretty. Huh? Laguna, we're taking off. Hey, what's the rush? It's on us tonight. Relax and stay a while, Laguna. May I? Did I interrupt anything? No, not at all. But please, sit down. Oh man, it's really her. What do I do? Kyros? Ward? Help! What do I say? But man, is she pretty. What's this guy thinking? You okay now? Kind of. How's your leg? Leg? Oh, this? Yeah, it's fine. Happens all the time when I get nervous. Were you nervous? Oh, yeah, I'm still kinda. You can relax. You don't have to get nervous around me. Oh, sorry. Say, would you like to talk somewhere private? I have a room here. In your room? Well, it's pretty hard to talk freely here. Everyone's listening in. If you'd like to, please come by. I've been wanting to talk to you. You don't want to? Of course I do! Then I'll go ahead and wait for you. Ask for my room at the front desk, okay? Am I dreaming? This is a dream. This is a dream. No, this can't be a dream. This is too weird to be a dream. Julia, wants to talk to me? He talks to himself too much. And just the two of us. Get it together, Laguna. Whatever. I always screw up by talking about myself too much. It's always been like that. But not tonight. I'm all ears for Julia. Time to use my manly charm and help Julia with her problem. Let's go up the stairs to the front desk. And we'll talk to the person behind the front desk. And we'll ask, which is Julia's room? Which? Is he really going? Mr. Laguna Loire, I've been expecting you. Let me show you to Miss Julia's room. Thanks for coming. No, not at all. Thank you for inviting me. Have a seat. Well, since Laguna clearly can't make up his mind where to sit, let's go talk to Julia. Going so soon? We haven't even talked yet. No, it's not that. It's just that I'm a big fan of yours, so I'm really kind of nervous, you know? So that's why you come to hear me play so often. You saw me? You were always smiling while listening, right? You have beautiful eyes, though they look a bit scared now. Don't worry, I'm not going to pluck him and eat him. I just want to talk, gazing into those eyes. Would you like a drink? Wine, perhaps? I must be dreaming. Yeah, I don't like fighting too much, but you get to travel, you know, seeing new places and stuff. And it's fun, cause Kyros and Ward are always with me. Hey, we should all go out drinking sometime, what do you say? And, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, so I want to quit the army and become a journalist. So I can tell people about all the things I've seen on my travels. He's already loosened up. So, like the other day, one of my articles made the readers column. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, that was way cool. I'm happy for you. Oh, yeah, and then... I'm sorry, I didn't know wine made you sleepy. You look adorable when you're asleep. How'd I fall asleep? When Julia goes over and sits on the chair, then we get to stand up and we can go over and talk to her. Yes? I must have fallen asleep talking on like that. Tell me about yourself, like your dreams for the future. I want to sing, not just play the piano, but sing too. Oh, I'd really love to hear it. But I can't. I'm no good at writing lyrics. That must be tough. But thanks to you, I think I can come up with something. Thanks to me? Yes. The many faces you've shown me. Times when you were hurt, worried, or felt pain deep inside you. Your smile, your face, your eyes. You've shown me something. I think I can come up with a song. Wow, I must be dreaming! It's not a dream, is it? Laguna, new orders! Meet by the presidential residence, on the double! Can we meet again? Of course, I have to come hear you sing. Next up, timber, timber. Next up, timber, timber. Were we all asleep? Maybe someone released some sleeping gas. There's lots of people who resent seed. Maybe. Better be careful. Am I missing anything? Anyone hurt? I don't think so. What a relief. Everything's cool with me. I had such a nice dream. I had a dream too. It wasn't nice though. I dreamt I was a moron. We will be arriving in Timber shortly. For those getting off, please be sure you have all your belongings. But seriously, Sir Laguna was so cool. Hey, there was a Laguna in my dream too. He's a Galbadian soldier, right? Laguna, Kyros, and Ward. Huh? That's it! That's what? There's no way we can understand this. Let's just concentrate on our first mission. I guess you're right. We'll put this incident on hold. I'll report it to the headmaster once we get back to Garden. We should be there soon, eh? Here we go. Psych yourself up, baby. Whew, still sleepy. Once you arrive in Timber and the train departs, then go down the stairs and talk to the man with the yellow vest and the blue hat. Oh, the forests of Timber sure have changed. Shoes, but the owls are still around. Welcome to Timber, sir. Come with me, sir. And we'll follow him out to the bottom left corner of the screen. Please, please, this way, sir. So you guys are Seeds? I'm the squad leader, Squall. This is Zell and Selfie. Nice to meet ya. I'm the leader of the Forest Owls. So, let's get on with it. What do we do? Just take it easy. Here, let me introduce you. Looks like you already met Watts. I guess it's just our princess then. It's the princess's nap time, sir. Ah, man. Hey, Squall, sorry, but could you go get the princess? She's in the last room up those stairs. Some of our other guys are in the room on the way. Ask them if you get lost. Were we hired to run errands? Well. Are you angry? We're not gophers. We're Seed, Special Forces. This is the last time for this kind of thing. Ow, ow, ouch! Before we go upstairs, we want to challenge Watts to a card game, but he'll say that he wants to mix the rules from his region and the Balamb region. If you agree to it, you'll see that we get multiple rules at the same time. There's the open rule from Balamb and the same rule that happens in Timber. We, for the most part, do not want to be mixing rules because you can get some really nasty combinations. So let's choose to quit and not play him. Now, if we keep challenging him and deny his opportunity to play cards against him over and over again, eventually he's going to stop asking if we want to play cards with him and mixing the rules. So just keep challenging him and then deny him over and over again until eventually he stops asking if you want to mix the rules. At this point, you can go ahead and challenge him, and now we only have one rule. Instead of open and same, we only have same. At this point, we also should have a very powerful deck with Seifer, Zell, Quistis, Diablos, and Ifrit. And this is definitely strong enough to take down Watts. If you get to go first, I would recommend putting the Seifer card in the top left corner because really nothing's going to be able to capture that. He can also play the Angelo card, which is the dog card that you can see on the screen. That is one that we want to get from him because it's a rare card. Now let me explain how that same rule works. Let's say that at this time I had a card that had a 7 on the top and a 3 on the right side, and I put it right here in the middle, just below the Angelo card and to the left of the Caterpillar card. Because I have the same number as the Angelo card on top and the Caterpillar card on our right, I would actually be able to capture the Caterpillar card for my side, even though it wasn't a higher number. That's where the word same comes from. If it's the same number as two edges of that card, you're able to capture it. Or it could be multiple, it could be all 4 cards that it's touching. All in all, I find it pretty rare that that actually happens and activates, so you don't have to worry about it too much. It's not a bad rule. And it should be pretty easy to beat Watts at this point with our cards and to capture the Angelo cards, as well as potentially some more if you have the difference trade rule. Now that we have the Angelo card, let's go up the stairs next to Zell and into the back hallway. On the left-hand side is a save point. You can use that if you want to, otherwise keep going forward and into the back room where we meet Rinoa. Hey, you're, from the party? So, does that mean you're a seed? I'm Squall, the squad leader. There's 2 others with me. Yes! Seed is here! Take it easy. It's just that I'm so happy. I've been sending requests to Garden forever, but nothing. I'm so glad I spoke to Sid directly. Oh, so you were looking for the headmaster at the party. You know Seifer? Yeah. Well, he's the one who introduced me to Sid. Sid is such a nice man. I really didn't think Sid would come out and help a measly little group like us. But after explaining our situation to him, Sid gave the go-ahead right away. Now that you guys are here, we'll be able to carry out all kinds of plans. Let's go over and talk to Rinoa. Yes? I'm going back to the others. Okay, let's go. Squall, is he here? He? Seifer. No, he's not a seed. Oh. Oh, yeah, my name's... And we'll just keep her as the normal name Rinoa. Very pleased to meet you, Squall. Seed members dance quite well, don't they? Approach your target inconspicuously at a dance party. There are many missions requiring this sort of subterfuge. It's expected of Seed to learn various skills. Oh, so it's work-related. That's too bad. Here, let me introduce you. This is my partner. And we'll keep it as the same name, Angelo. Angelo is really smart. Here, let me tell you. Rinoa's limit break uses Angelo. The tricks Angelo can learn are listed on the status screen. The 4th status screen lists all the tricks that Angelo can learn. The gauge on the right indicates how much has been learned. When the gauge is full, the trick has been learned. If the gauge is not full, the trick has yet to be learned. To learn a new trick, move the cursor to the trick name and press X. Now as Rinoa walks around, the gauge will fill up and Angelo will learn the trick. If you select a trick that has already been learned, there will be a message before you close the screen. Won't learn anything, okay? If there is still a trick to learn, be sure to select it. You can learn new tricks by reading a magazine called Pet Pals. After reading Pet Pals, access this screen to change the settings. That's all for Rinoa's limit breaks. Smart, huh? I have some important work to do now. Be good, Angelo. Okay, I'll meet you there. And we can follow Rinoa out toward the right and then down. And before we move on, we're going to use that save point in the nearby room, and this is where we're going to end part 4. Thank you very much for watching, I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit that like button, and also consider subscribing to become a part of the community. I'll see you soon in part 5. Until then, thanks for watching, and have a good day.